All right, welcome back, guys, for our final quarterfinal. And it is a beauty. Lawrence Stratman ready to serve. Let's play pickleball. Nice start for Tyson Mcguffin there as he catches J.W. Johnson with that backhand cross-court volley. Dave Fleming here, joined by Leigh Jansen in the booth, and winner of this will play the Newmans in the other semifinal. And there is the reach and the hands of J.W. Johnson up there at the kitchen line. If you're wondering how I think Anna Leigh usually plays with Ben Johns. Ben is in Europe, so he is not playing in this particular tournament, and here we have quite a partner for Anna Leigh.
Yeah, I mean, and practice partners as well. So even though they haven't played a lot together, they do get a lot of court time together as well. So they have good chemistry.
Yes, many a match played on the South Florida court, and she almost cracks J-Dub with her return there. As she's late on it, pushes it well wide.
And I'm excited to see this matchup because Lauren and Tyson are a tough team, and especially, ooh, that's a good setup though. I like the setup there. They are a tough team, and I think they actually play very well in faster weather. And the ball is flying here because they like to drive and crash, and they both have very big serves.
Yes. Yeah, we talk a lot about getting some freebies off the missed returns, and
they've gotten a few.
What hands by Mcguffin there.
Oh.
Just weird choice of pace there. Like, it looked like she was going to kill it, and then thought maybe it's too low, and just sort of.
Maybe she thought J-Dub was just going to kind of keep with it, because I know that's not a ball that Ben Johns usually lets her have.
Yeah, that never gets to her paddle to even have a half swing, so you are absolutely right. Yeah, if you go for the Ernie and leave it up, that's going to be sayonara every time.
It's a tough play, and it brings you out of court positioning as well. It's a good flick.
Yeah, and I think J.W. Johnson, with those magical hands of his and reaching in, just he's able to get on top of the ball and down so well.
Oh, that's a good play.
Again, if you're just even slightly out of position against these two, you're going to end up having to reach, and it's hard to then keep the next ball safe. And that lob volley is just not deep enough, and just
that was
beautiful. Yeah, that was easily cracked and put away, and they are on a rampage here, and that's what the danger of this team is. You had a lead, and then 4 or 5 points in a row happen.
That was a good slide by Stratman.
Yes.
On that. She was ready for that one, took a step off the line and slid. Yeah, and this team has finishing power. It's hard to play some D against them. They both have extremely poppy and spinny paddles, so it's hard to play some transition.
Yeah, we talked about expecting to see a bunch of drive thirds here. Just your percentage has to be high on those, especially against this team.
Oh, yes. And We also see the finishing power
Yes.
of J-Dub. So.
Yeah, and it's violent, but it's got an angle as well, and still leaves, like, that wasn't near the sideline, and yet it finished well wide. You don't want that ball to travel. Get it out in front and finish. Unlucky there for Tyson. He had him beat.
That's a good win there.
Yeah, Leigh comfortable swinging from off the line, but would have been better served had she been able to get in. There's that flick again. It's on your toes before you know it.
And it's also, he made the adjustment. I think he at least is picking a better angle, or the ball's coming at a better angle, because where she slid, and now he's getting her where she slid from spot, leaving her reaching. It's a good setup. Ooh, it's a great setup though.
That's just stupid hands by J.W. Johnson right there, because both of those attacks at the paddle side hip should be winners, but sometimes you got to tip your cap. Good counter by Mcguffin there. Full swing by Leigh Waters on the two-hander.
That had some heat on it. Yeah, you can't leave it up.
Speaking of heat, the early lead for Mcguffin and Stratman is gone. Can they fight back? Again, third drives, but again, percentages have to improve.
Yeah.
To beat a team of this caliber. Oh no!
Oh, I would see a timeout here. Yeah, good call.
We're heading.
That was a good setup.
We're heading to the seats. Tyson is now just being made aware of that fact, as Stratman had already sat down after the timeout call. So whether you're sitting or standing at home, folks, we're going to take a quick break ourselves. Leigh Waters and J.W. Johnson on the march and in the lead. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and Leigh Waters and J.W. Johnson have climbed out of an early hole and have the lead. Stratman and Mcguffin take the timeout. Beautiful job of going behind Mcguffin there and then keeping him on the run. Waters unable to get that reset down, and Mcguffin with the forceful finish.
That's a good spot by Stratman right there. JW, like Ben, sits really heavy forehand, so the best he can do there is reset. But their thirds are, I think, are just killing them this game.
Because even though that was a fifth that was the problem, the bad third set up the even more of a problem fifth. There's a good deep serve. Let's see if that can set up. There's a better drive. Great lob by Mcguffin.
It's a great play. And they're off 4.
5-8-2 here in game number 1 of our last quarterfinal.
Great drive down the line.
So bigger serve, shorter return, give you some options and rip it.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just to be able to put that much pace and that much roll on it in combination is really well done by J.W. Johnson there. They get the ball back now, still up, but just 2.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, it kept coming back a couple times, Leigh.
Yep. And
Just-
they did a good job of fending off that high dink.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd, and Johnson gets him running to the sidelines, and he busts it down the middle for a clean winner. Another timeout from Stratman and Mcguffin. It's just too much pressure from Leigh Waters and J.W. Johnson. We'll be right back from the beautiful California shores. All right, Leigh Waters juggling the ball. Just so comfortable over there with J.W. Johnson, just smiling away, having a lot of fun, and got themselves a game point. Yeah, got themselves a game point here and get a missed return. So
timeout didn't work.
Timeout does exactly what they had not planned on, which is create an error. So Stratman and Mcguffin a little frustrated with how that game ended. Johnson, Waters smiling their way to their benches. They're up a game. We'll see what happens in game 2 right after this.
That might be a tough one.
All right, we are back for game 2. Dave Fleming here with Leigh Jansen, and after being down a little bit early, Leigh Waters and J.W. Johnson in full command at the back half of game 1. Can they keep it going? Try to catch J-Dub. He's seen that fish before from earlier in the match and ready for that with a nice reply, and they get the first point of game 2. And that awkward defense from Stratman stays in, but only prolongs the agony. And again, the size of the smiles on the faces of Waters and Johnson are significant. Just as much fun as these two have had. And they're rolling. They're rolling. 3-zip. Got Samche Moy and D.D. Jackson are our referees. Thanks to all the referees and volunteers. And this is a nightmare game 2 start. 4 off the jump.
And
step back attack right into the wheelhouse. The smiley Selkirk paddle is a frown right now over there as it's 5-zip. Mcguffin calls timeout. We'll take a quick break too. We are at the Select Medical Orange County Cup, and it is all AL and J-Dub. Folks, welcome back. Leigh Waters and J.W. Johnson are starting game 2 where they left off in game 1. They are up 5-0 on the very first server of game 2. Timeout works. They get a missed third. You know, people always debate, should you start with the ball or without it? There's a good example of what you can do with the first serve. Obviously, this is game 2, but what a rampage. And just making this look easy at the kitchen line right now. Now there's a big forehand drive by
That's what
Mcguffin.
they're looking for. That's what we are used to seeing. He usually hits his mark. Big serve, big drive. That one's a little high.
And there you see the difference in a foot over the net versus an inch over the net.
And granted, this is a very tough team to drive to. If you're not hitting your, they're just not going to miss too many high drives.
Yep.
They're very good with their force, and they embrace the power.
Oh, and catches Anna Leigh right in the noggin. She seems to be fine. Says all good.
Again, all laughs.
all laughs. Even when we get hit in the head.
It's a good sign for the team.
Oh, look at that get.
Oh, nice.
Great slide. Defend on the first one, and then watch the big
forehand.
finish.
Good finish. I like the change up in the formation, but that's kind of been their kryptonite.
Yeah, the third's got to make them.
When if you're a heavy drive team, Dave, when at what point if it's not working, there you go, do you tend to try and just embrace the drop game if you're playing?
At a game down in 6-1, I mean, here we are. I think had it been sharp and we're losing, that's one thing, but there's not confidence in those now because the percentage has been low, and even the ones that have gone over have been few and far between that have been effective. I think it's the idea of try and win with your best, and then if that's not working, don't lose the same way the whole time. Find a second way to go after these guys and, make them grind out some points. You've decided here that you're going to just play the score. We'll see if they just stick with Lauren on the left. I think they should, just to see if that is the better formation for them.
Ooh.
Mcguffin bails out his partner there with a great handsy recovery of a Johnson attack. Just not crisp, and what we mean by that is just that ball's got to bounce. I mean, if you want to break down Christmas into one word, it's bounce.
Oh,
so good and not overhit.
And it's in a tough spot. Usually you're expecting a counter right in front of you, and instead she went cross court inside out and nobody home. Tough spot to hit, though.
Yeah, now the complimentary pickleball of these two. Honestly, they're talking like J.W. Johnson can go through a whole match without talking. They're talking in between every point here. Now they're shaking and baking. They're going to continue to enjoy and again, as you mentioned, the familiarity of the practice partners. South Florida courts have been worn out by these two.
Exactly.
Nice job by Stratman there, hitting down. Great job by Stratman to get there. Nope.
Good
It is
timeout call.
9-1 here in game 2, and the youngsters are rolling. So we're going to roll into a quick break here, but this happy train has no stop on it. All right, folks, we are back. Lawrence Stratman and Tyson Mcguffin trying to stop this, as I called it, and it is. It's the happiest train in San Clemente here. Leigh Waters and J.W. Johnson playing loose, playing happy, full of joy, and way up in the match. Oh, and a gorgeous inside-out little flick there off the Stratman cross-court dink. Catches Mcguffin leaning in the middle, and we are at match point quickly. And that will do it. Leigh Waters, J.W. Johnson, all those initials are on fire. They've got the Newmans in the semifinal. That is going to be quite a matchup to see how
I'm excited to see that one.
How the defense of the Newmans can neutralize some of this pace. So the youngsters look great here on center court. We will be back with more great pickleball action from the Select Medical Orange County Cup right after this.